Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Wednesday, September 6th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 36 of 2023, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 76 degrees with a high of 81 and a low of 67. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my broadcast. I'm here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, and whatever else happens to come up while we're online and while I'm online. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me while I'm broadcasting. That's always fun. Welcome to my Facebook peeps who will be watching this broadcast when I download it to my Facebook group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick, which I highly suggest you join because that's where I give away the freebies. And just welcome to everybody in general. All right. Hold on. Got to adjust something. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday to one and all, says Maggie. Hello, Julie. Hello, Dorothy. Glad to see everybody. All right. So I've got 3 projects. I always work on 3. Well, let me put it this way. I put 3 up that I will be doing. Sometimes I only get to 2. But normally I do 3. Okay. So for tonight, I'm working on this quilling piece, Quilling, quilling, curled paper. I'm going to be creating a book around this concept. I think that'll be fun. I've got some neat books in the works right now. I'm working on 2 of them simultaneously, so that'll be fun. And this is from my Happy Mother's Day Mom Jubilee book. And then the next one that I'm working on, this is Victoriana. I thought this one would be really pretty. This is by Ellie Marks. A lot of you like Ellie Marks. She does really great stuff. Really cute things. So that's what this is from. And then this will be my 3rd piece. And then I've been working on this one. It's called Fine Color by a Chinese author. And I've been walking you through the coloring of this piece, which I think is Again, drop dead gorgeous. I've really been enjoying it. All right. And I hope you have too. All right. So let me set these aside. Let's keep going on this little puppy. Excuse my arm. Hallelujah. All right. So last night I was working on these little curly things and a couple of the leaves. Excuse me. Maggie, I'm going to make a suggestion on yours that I'd like you to darken your shading a little more on it. Just like what I'm doing on mine. We really want to get a dimensional effect here. So I'm using Payne's Gray. And we're just going to darken that just a little bit. The whole key to this piece, guys, is getting that dimensional look of the paper pieces. Do you guys remember that book that we colored from called Dimensions? And how cool that one was? I think I did a couple pieces from it. One of them being the Pinocchio. Now, I happen to be using Payne's Gray. You can use your original color if you like a darker version of it. Just be sure that you get that dimensional look. That's the whole key to this piece. Okay. And then we've got our blending, of course. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this leaf. I'm on the left-hand side. Now, there's no specific order, remember, of putting in your, when you're doing grayscale like this. I just happen to be starting with my dark first. And notice that I'm not pile driving my pencil. I'm repeating my stroke until I get it to the shade that I want. Then I'm going to pop in my medium. Now, for anybody that's new tonight watching me, this piece is available in my Facebook group. I always give away a freebie to color on camera. All right, this is my medium color. Now, I want you to notice how I'm fading out this medium color as I get to my light area. So in other words, I'm getting lighter and lighter with my medium. And then I'm starting with my light, I'm back blending it first. And the idea here, hi Linda, and the idea here is to get that line between the colors to disappear. Now, one of the reasons that I chose this piece is because the blending on the elements is critical. And notice how I'm using my lightest pencil as an overall blender on this. Here's my medium. And you want your blending to be as smooth as a baby's behind. Blending, 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 rawhide. That's the little song that Maggie came up with. That Maggie came up with to remind you guys. All right. And then I've got my darkest pencil. Blending is a transition, guys. And I want you to notice, hi Judy. I want you to notice that I'm carrying my darkest color down a little bit further. And I'm even going to pop in just a hint on the very edge of Payne's Gray. Butterfly kiss on that. What that means is very light. And I'm going to finger blend that. I'm a little unhappy with this transition on this leaf, so I'm going back and fixing that. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in some purple. So we'll get our light, medium, and dark purple. Let's see what we got here. Purple is my favorite color. Okay. I'm going to start with my dark. And already, well, I can see it. You can't because you're close up. But I can already see the depth on this. then I'll come in with my medium. Who's coloring this with me tonight? Notice how this is darker in the upper left-hand corner. And then we've got our light color. Oh, Judy, you get your Mousing Around Jubilee 2 on Friday. Yay! It's a pretty cool book. Thank you for ordering it. Okay, now on this particular piece, so I'm going to finger blend that. The key to making these little pieces look great is that you need to shadow one side of it. So I'm going to shadow this upper left-hand corner. Check it out. And again, you'll see this effect when I pull out, although in my monitor I can see that it's looking pretty cool right now. And then I'm going to pop in a little bit of Payne's Gray just to kick this in. Kick it up a little bit. Now, as I always tell you, when you put in your Payne's Gray, or if you're doing white, for example, you want to see the effect, not the color. Check it out. All right, let me pull out. See that? That looks pretty nifty, doesn't it? Now I'm going to adjust. I've got my medium here on my spirals. And notice how the medium is in the upper left-hand corner. So, oh yeah, it does, Judy. Judy said it looks like you can reach right in there. So we have our darker shading in between the spirals here on the light side here. But we want the overall shading to be in the upper left-hand corner. See that? Don't go too far with it though, because if you do, it'll turn into mush. Now, I'm going to kick in a little bit of white. Not much. And blend it. Now, if you're new to grayscale, this is an excellent project for you to see how it works and how to color it. And for anybody that's new, this is a free piece, and we can make sure that you get it so you can color along. You just need to speak up and let me know that you need it. Okay. Let's pop over to another spiral. Left-hand side. You should already be eyeballing what your dark, medium, and light is. Now, when you're working with your dark color, don't pile drive it in. Let the pencil do the job it was born for. And how do you darken an area when you're using a specific color? Repeated strokes. A lot of people, when they're adult coloring, they come in pretty heavy. Don't do that. There's my dark. The thing is, guys, if you come in heavy with your pencils, regardless of what project it is, you immediately take away your option and your ability to adjust and tweak and really make it look cool. Linda, I am on the left-hand side here. Right here. Linda, you don't have to delete your question. You're fine. Always leave yourself wiggle room to make changes and to tweak. So the message is quit pile driving your pencils when you color, whether it's this or something else. Linda, if you're not sure what one I'm working on, somebody else may not be sure. So please don't pull your questions, guys. Oh, you already did this one? Okay. Now notice how I'm already shading here in the upper left. Look how cool this is looking. And then our light color. And notice that I'm blending over my previous colors that I put in. Isn't that beautiful? I'll pull out in a second and show you, Linda. It's the purple that I did is in the lower right hand corner. Finger blend. Soften up these colors. Give me a second, Linda, and I'll pull out and show you. And then I'm going to hit this with a little bit of my Payne's Gray. And again, I'm doing it in such a way that you would never know that I used gray. You want to see the effect, not the color itself. So you want to see the result. Okay, now I'm going to take my medium. See this little splotch of dark here, or of a darker color? I'm going to exploit that. Because this is a flower, you know how flowers have different shading on it. So I'm going to play that up. Right there, see it? Medium. All right. Linda, let me show you which is which. The other purple one that I did is in the lower right-hand corner. My pleasure. All right. Let's go ahead and knock out this other, well, I'm going to keep going with my little, I've got these three. I'm going to do these three in purple as well. And again, when you do your dark color, which I am going to start with, don't pile drive your pencil into the paper. Guys, let your pencils do what they were born for. Don't force them into the paper. So there's my dark. Oops, that was actually my medium. Woohoo! Blooper! ILene did a no-no. Hey, I call out my own mistakes. I wouldn't want you guys to think I wasn't human. See, that's the only reason that I make mistakes. Is so that you guys feel comfortable with me. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. All right, there's my medium. Here's my light. See, I make mistakes on air and you got on air and you guys feel more comfortable with me. And by the way, this is the top little coil at the top. Okay, a little bit of Payne's Gray. And for gosh sakes, guys, don't pile drive your Payne's Gray. Trust me, your repeated strokes back and forth will give you the look that you want. Okay, I'm going to gently blend that with my finger. Doesn't that look cool? Let me define my edge a little better. Guys, I hope you're doing this project with me. It is such a good one for learning blending. All right, clean up my smudge here. All right, let's take a peek at this. So you're looking something like this. I'm going to take my blending pencil and touch this up a little. Okay. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll. Oh, geez. Excuse me. I'm going to hit this one with a little white. Not much, just a touch. Maggie, you're going to do the middle one in pinks. Knock yourself out. Here's my darkest color. Let me pull in a little more. Hallelujah. All right. Medium. Now remember guys, you need to think ahead. So when I'm laying down this medium, I'm laying it down with the notion that I'm going to be coming in with my light and blending this in. Remember on my leaf when I was getting lighter and lighter when I knew I had to go to that light green? And then I've got my light purple. Guys, you need to think ahead when you're coloring. Too many of you will go to a spot and say, oh, I want to color it such and such, without necessarily thinking about the other portions. And even when you're working on a piece like this tiny circle here, when I'm laying down my light and my medium, let me back up here. When I lay down my darks, I think about where my light and my mediums are going to go and how that's going to look. I'm fine-tuning my dark just a little bit. Check it out on this outside edge here. How cool is that? A little bit of a blend. Boom. I'm going to come back with my light. There we go. All right, let me pull out so you guys can get a lay of the land. Isn't that cool? And if anybody new is watching this, I will make arrangements to get this piece to you. It's a freebie from my book. Happy Mother's Day Jubilee. No, Happy Mother's Day Mom Jubilee. I'm just doing a little erasing on the outside. Questions, comments? Ooh, this will be fun to do right here. See, I'm already scouting out my shades here. Make sure you're nice and sharp with your pencil. And don't pile drive in your dark color. Here's my dark. Here's my medium. Now, see how I'm taking this medium light and I'm fuzzing it out a little bit. Fuzzing, F-U-Z-Z-I-N-G. See that? I'm pulling this out. Guys, you don't ever want stark lines. Okay, and then my light. Check it out. Now I'm going to come back with my dark. Because I want this upper portion shaded. And then I'm going to come in, I'm going to finger blend it. I've had so many people surprised about the concept of using your finger to blend. It works perfectly. you have a heated element on your page. Okay, a little bit of Payne's Gray. I don't know about you, but that's looking pretty cool. Let me pull out. You'll see the effect when I pull out. Remember, guys, I work in close-up so you can see what the heck I'm doing. I'm touching up this higher one with a little bit of my Payne's Gray. Remember, you want the sharpening. You want the shading so that these things look dimensional. That's the whole point. Okay. Hey guys, do me a favor and hit that like button if you like what I'm doing. And if anybody's new in here, please say hi. We don't bite, we really don't. Okay. Let me entertain you. Let me erase. Just clean up these edges. What do you think? Are you learning something? Let me grab a little bit of water here. All right, let me pop out these last two leaves. I've got a teeny tiny one here. Now, again, does not matter if you use your dark, medium, or light first. In this case, I like using my dark. I'm going to pull that in just a little bit. Oh. I was doing so well and I went on the outside here. All right. Don't you hate that when you're coloring and all of a sudden your hand jerks? Okay, there's my dark. Here's my light. Here's my medium. Check out how the edges disappear. That's what blending is all about, when one color disappears into the next. That's a definition I coined for you guys. Now, because this area is so small and I've got big fingers, oh, blender pencil, very lightly. There we go. We get rid of that little smudge at the top. Okay, and let me get this last part here. Let me pull out so you can see where I am. And then I'll be switching projects. Okay. Left hand side near the bottom. Dark. And then blending that in. See how I'm fading it out? Oh, that's a fine line. It's a fine time to leave me, Lucille. 4 hungry children and crops in the field. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. Is Kenny Rogers still alive?
Kenny Rogers was born August 21st, 1938, and died March 20th, 2020.
Oh, okay. I'd forgotten he died 3 years ago. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your cards while you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. I know, don't quit my day job. Okay, medium. I had another song in my head that was rolling around and I had to get rid of it, so that's why I started up with the Kenny Rogers. Okay. Now I'm going to blend that line up a little bit. There we go. See how much better that looks? Get rid of that line, guys. Guys, are you learning something? And then we've got our light color. Okay, so I want that edge darkened a little more. Oh, let's see, hold on here. A little bit on the outside. The joys of owning a huge monitor that's sitting in front of you. You can see every little thing. Okay, so let's very lightly work on that edge, and wow, look how that pops like immediately. Again, you'll see it when I pull out. Let me pull out. See it? I am barely touching the paper. Check it out. And then I'm going to, I've got a light edge on there. It's like a fold over. I don't know, is that a word, making a noun out of it? A fold over? Okay, let me pull out. Now, I've been debating about this area right here. It looks like that it's a leaf with a rose petal, well, with the petals sitting on it. At the moment, I've refrained from coloring it. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. What do you guys think? Should I color this into a leaf? Yes, no. Blending stump. Oh, you think the flower is a little larger and there are 2 stems, says Maggie. I wouldn't have minded, except we've got this area right in here. And that's why, to me, it looks like a leaf with this little petal sitting, or bud sitting on it. And none of you want me to color it. Well, la-di-da. Well, be that way. I'm going to switch projects then. You think this white edge is part of the flower? Interesting. All right, I'm going to sit on that for a while until I decide what to do with it. So Maggie, what you're thinking is that the pink comes all the way around here and just kind of flares out. Maggie, shoot me a picture and send it to me. Please. Okay, let's see what Maggie did with it. Ah, okay. Guys, this is what Maggie did with it. That makes sense. What do you guys think of this? I like it. Maggie, what was the for? That I agreed? Well, Maggie, it's not like I'm going to reach through the screen and spank you. Oh, yeah. Much, much better. Hey, Kathy. Okay, so there's my light pink. And then I'm going to come in with a little darker here. check out how I'm shading that in. I'd say we got ourselves a winner here. Do we not have fun here, or do we not have fun? Kathy, good to see you. I'll pull out in a minute, Kathy, so you can see what I'm working on. I'm about to change projects. Okay, and a little bit of Payne's Gray. In this corner. How pretty is that? And if you wanted to play around with it a little bit, you could take your darker pink, excuse me, and add this streak to it. Isn't that cool? Oh man, let me pull out. Look how cool this whole thing looks. I'm gonna grab some water. Now, along the lines of what Maggie was talking about, thank you, Kathy. Let's do something real quick here. We've got another little area where there's our shading and shadowing. So I'm reading this as a leaf. So watch what I do with it and see what you think. Oh yeah. Hold on, let me get back on camera. There we go. Yep. Check it out. All right. Let me pull out. Much better. All right. And while I'm thinking of it, I will eventually get to the next project. This is what happens every once in a while. So I have the darker pink, and then immediately to the left of that, my lighter pink. Oh, is that lovely? Remember guys, this is quilling with the paper. So your stems are going to be the same color as your flower. That's what we did with the blue. So there's my darker pink. And our lighter pink. Guys, please hit that like button. Thank you. Okay. Oh my gosh, I love it. Now I'm ready to go to my next project. What do you think? I'm thinking it looks pretty cool. And guys, I don't randomly pick this stuff to color. I pick projects that I know are going to stretch you a little bit. That's how you get better. Kathy, I haven't asked about John in a long time. How's he doing? Remember guys, don't overblend this because otherwise your coils are going to turn into mush. All right, I'm having too much fun with this picture. Let's see. One last little thing, I'm going to hit this with a little white. Okay, Maggie, thank you. Okay, now I think I'm going to skip the fine color tonight. We were working on our girl here. I think I'm going to pop right over to my Victoriana. And this is the book by Ellie Marks. That's a pretty cool book. I'll pop on this tomorrow night, I promise. I want to start working in that hair color so that you guys can get a lay of the land on this whole piece. Alrighty. I love this piece. I hope you guys are getting a kick out of it like I am. I was, yeah, that's what I said. I hope you are. Okay, Victoriana. So I'm going to start with some pinks here. And I'm going to go very girly on this. So I'm going to start out with this top. Let me move my camera. There we go. This back wall fascinates me. And I looked at that and a couple of ideas popped to mind. He's good. Unfortunately, his feet have been hurting him. His arthritis has been acting up due to the hot weather. Oh. Now, temperatures are cooling down. Hopefully he will feel better. Oh. Linda, did I answer your question? About where this picture came from. Are you talking about, which picture are you talking about? The quilling picture or this picture? This one. Yeah, Victoriana by Ellie Marks. Give me a second and I'll show you the book. This is the book. Excuse me. So I'm going to finish a few of these. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that this looks better finished off to the edge. Doesn't take much to do it. And I'm only going to do a little bit of this because I want to get to coloring. How many of you are comfortable marking in your books like this? Julie says a little. Judy, I'm sorry, Julie, yeah, says a little. Judy says she is. I figured. Judy. Linda says a bit. Okay, guys, I want you to work on that. Maggie, you would do it. Yep. Guys, it is so ridiculously easy. It really is. And you know that I wouldn't show you something that I didn't think that you couldn't do, right? It is so easy. And remember, if you're not comfortable, okay, I recommend to you, now obviously I'm more comfortable with it, do it in what? Pencil first. And then go back over it with your pen. Let me get the neat there. This is the floor. Now, this very bottom here, the floor wasn't finished. I don't know why. It's just a line with a little squiggle in it. Check it out. Okay, let me finish up these last few lines here. Okay, so let me see what's going on here. Yeah, we can finish that line. Much better. Oh yeah. Love it. Okay. Let me make a couple adjustments here so I can get coloring. I just want to finish up these trees, limbs. And you know, the interesting thing is once you start doing something like this, you start to get a feel for the artist's style and it comes naturally. Now the rest of that I'll do in pencil when I'm ready. In fact, I'm going to switch over to pencil right now. Very, very lightly. And if you make a little oopsie like I just did, we just erase it. There we go. And then back with my protractor. I love my mechanical pencils. In fact, I just actually bought some refills for it. And then it's just a matter of taking your pen when you're happy with what you have, and inking in your line. Okay, and then my protractor again to go over my line. And guys, I really want you to see how simple this is. Hey, Sandy. We are coloring Victoriana by Ellie Marks. And then, to finish it off, you gently take your eraser and erase away your pencil lines, because otherwise your piece is going to look fuzzy. Boom. Let me pull out. And if you were looking at this, I would challenge you to tell me what part I added and what part was already there. And remember, when you color, coloring is also going to help mask any lines that you drew in. Okay. So let me pull out. Sandy, I wanted to show you what we did on the quilling paper tonight. This is where we are. So we have some pretty dimensional looking paper flowers. Okay. So let's go ahead and start working on this wallpaper. I have a light medium and a darker pink. And by the way, I always keep a little protractor on my desk, just in case you need to draw up things like what we were doing. Linda, is Michelle with us tonight? Okay, so let me show you what I have in mind for this wallpaper. So I'm going to start with the wrong pink. Oh. She's up. Okay, but is she watching? That's what I was asking. She's watching. Hi, Michelle. Okay, there's my light pink. Now, I'm going to color a couple of adjacent areas here. She wants to say thank you for her train, and she wants to know how I'm doing. I am doing, oh, first of all, you are very welcome for the train. Like I said, I did that especially for you. And I'll have another surprise coming out later on. It's going to be a little bit, but I think you're going to like it. And I'm doing very well, thank you. Michelle, that was very nice of you to ask. Michelle, I love it when you talk to me. I think that's pretty nifty. Okay, I am going somewhere with this. Got to make sure my fingers are clean. Okay. Oh, Michelle, well, Michelle, thank you. I like you too. Thank you for the kiss. Okay, medium pink. And then our dark pink. Check it out. And then I'm going to blend that, of course. Julie, good night. Have a great rest of the evening. and then our dark. Now, this is where some people would say, oh my gosh, you know, is there coloring this? And they would start to give up on it because they say that it looks wonky. Yeah, it looks wonky because we haven't completed enough of the pattern. Michelle, do you like the pink? I don't remember if pink was one of your favorite colors or not. She likes pink, but blue is her favorite. Okay. Michelle, what do you think is my favorite color? Purple. Linda, did you tell her that or did she guess? Okay, here's my medium purple. Purple. Pink. Pink. Oh, you gave her a hint after she said red. Okay. Actually, I love red as well, but purple is my favorite color. And then here's my dark. Now, you'll see this effect as I do a few more of these. Oh, and what I started to say, I don't know if I finished with the thought. Is that colorists will look at something like this and give up on it because they think it doesn't look the way they envisioned it. Never, ever, ever give up on a project partway done. That's why I tell you that it's a no-no in this group to throw away a partially done project because you think you don't like it. Don't do that. All right, back to our medium. Like I said, I'm going major girly on this piece. Now I think you can start to see, well, I know you can start to see where I'm going with this. It's going to be a very dimensional piece. What are you coloring while I'm doing this, guys? Oh, Kathy, your favorite color is pink. Well, that works out. Oh man, I was just bitten by a mosquito. I hate that. Ugh. Isn't this beautiful? And I really haven't added more of the dimension to it. Guys, what are you coloring while I'm showing you this? Excuse me. Okay, Judy's just watching. I really want you guys to see this effect that I'm creating. Maggie is humming away. All right. Very good, Maggie. Dorothy, you're coloring the quibbling picture. Okay. My two ILene Girls by Julie Sperry. I'm sorry, Sandy, I'm not understanding what that is. Indian Girls by Julie Sperry. Gotcha. Now, I want you to see in this how the dimension is going to build up on it. And I also want you to notice that I'm coloring the squares individually. I'm not just broadly scribbling in my color. And the reason that I'm doing this way is because it lets me get a better consistency. All right. And as soon as I get a couple more of these squares built up, then I'll show you what I'm planning on doing with them. One of the other reasons that I color these squares individually is because I focus my care and attention on that particular square. I don't treat it as just something I need to get done and fill in as the background. And I'll pull out in a second so you can get a lay of the land. Again, this is Victoriana by Julie Sperry. All right, let me get the pink behind these flowers. Now, I know this sounds like a silly comment, but sometimes you don't think about it. When you sharpen your pencil, that's the time I use it to color in my detail spots. Because of course, why? That's your when it's its sharpest. And again, I know that sounds obvious, but sometimes people don't think about it. So anytime I sharpen, I immediately head for my detail area. And then when my pencil starts to dull again, although remember, you're turning your pencil, right? I've taught you that. When you pause and move your pencil, turn it a micro turn. Now for me, I've gotten in such the habit of doing that, I don't even think about it. Okay, let me pull out so you can see what the heck I'm doing. And as I've taught you guys, the most important part of your page is what? The part you're working on. That means you just don't gloss over it, or you don't just hurry up to get it done. You treat all parts of your page as equal importance. And I think you guys can see how really cool this is going to look. I think that this is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Okay. So let's take a peek at it again. And you can see how beautiful now these dimensional areas are starting to look. But there's still a little more that I want to do with those. I just want to do a few more of these. And then I'll show you the other thing that I have in mind. So there's my medium. There's my dark. Oh, how pretty is that? I really am going someplace with this, trust me. She says with that evil laugh. There's my medium. There's my dark. Okay, let me do one more row up here, and then I'm going to show you this extra step that I'm taking. Michelle, are you still hanging with me? Here's my medium. All right, Michelle's still hanging with us. And my dark. Now on this one, I'm just going to have my medium because it's cut off. Okay. Now let's catch this row really good, really quickly, really good. Oh, I love it when my mind and my mouth are not in sync. There's my medium. And then my dark. Okay, hang with me, guys. I truly am going someplace with this. That was Vicky sneezing. Now I'm going to finger blend this, of course. Here's my medium. And then my dark. Finger blend. And then my medium up here. Again, no dark because this is cut off. Okay. Let's take a peek at this, and then I'm going to show you my next touch that I'm going to do with this. I've got 7 more minutes. Hang with me, guys. Oh, good night, Kathy. You're not sure if you'll be here Friday. Okay. Okay, Payne's Gray. Here we go. Butterfly Touch. I am barely touching the paper. Check it out. Here's an area where I didn't put in the darker pink. Okay, let's move this up. Now, I can't emphasize enough, guys, I'm barely touching the paper. So the way that I'm getting the shade of the gray that I want is by what? Repeated strokes. And this is why I keep harping on you about a light touch when you're coloring, is because when you, this went out of focus, hold on, is because when you go to do something like this, you need to have that light touch in order to get the effect that you want with the Payne's gray. Guys, what do you think? Not your cup of tea, or do you like it? Michelle, what do you think? Okay, Michelle likes it, Linda likes it, Maggie likes it. If you don't like it, say not my cup of tea. All right, I'm gonna blend that just a little bit, finger blend. And then I'm going to pull out so you can see how this is going to look. Dorothy, you like it? Okay. Judy, you like it? Doesn't that look cool? This is the effect I wanted to show you. I'm just blending a little bit. And I'm still not done with that. I have one more thing I'll be doing on it near the end. Maggie, you're exactly right. I was waiting to see if any of you would pick up on that concept. It looks quilted. There you go, Linda. Looks like a puffy quilt. That's what I wanted you guys to see. But I want you to treat this Payne's Gray as though you were adding yeast to bread dough. You only need a little bit. Okay guys, calling it an evening. And I'm glad that you guys said that looks like a puffy quilt, because that's the effect I was going after, and that tells me that I accomplished it. Okay guys, this is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. So we got 2 pieces that we worked on tonight. Like I said, normally it's 3, but I wanted to go ahead and follow this up. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. And the other neat thing is, while you're watching me, you're getting your coloring done too. Okay guys, this is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. Michelle, I'm so glad you joined us tonight. That's always fun. Okay guys, love ya. I'll see you tomorrow night. Oh, and please, please, please click the up arrow, the like button. All right guys, bye.